So I added FM modulation to my little synth. Let's check it out here. The code to accomplish this is fairly simple, and I'll walk through it now. So the first step here was to add some data to the oscillator data class. The first thing is adding an FM oscillator to modulate our main oscillator by, which just returns a sine wave. And then we're storing the last MIDI note pressed, our FM frequency modulator, and our FM depth. And then we added these two functions here, which I'll get into in the CPP class. So set oscillator frequency is basically the same, but we're adding our frequency modulation float value to the MIDI note pressed, and we're storing the last MIDI note pressed. And then in get next audio block, we're processing our FM oscillator separately. So if you look at any JUCE like tutorials, they have examples where they're iterating through the channels and the samples in order to process the sample and get a sample at a particular point in time. So we are using our FM oscillator and getting a sample in our audio block and multiplying that by the depth of our FM, which is going to be set via a knob, just like the FM modulator frequency here. So we are essentially calculating this in get next audio block. And then here in set FM parameters, we are just setting the frequency and setting the depth, and we are getting the current frequency and basically checking if it's negative or not. If it's negative, we need to multiply it by -1 and make it positive. And that's something that I found out from the audio programmer on YouTube. So check him out if you haven't seen any of his videos. They're really helpful. And then the rest of it is just setting up our UI here, our audio parameters that we're pushing into our vector here. So we have our FM frequency and FM depth, and then we're passing those into our constructor here. So we don't need to really add too much into other classes because here's the only thing we needed to add really is we need to set the parameters. So we're grabbing the raw parameters here using the keys that we set and using our oscillator data class. All of this functionality related to the FM synthesis is separate from our just general processing. So let me know if there's any questions or any improvements that you see, and thanks for checking it out.